Piri is not listening to me.
Here we go. Alt-tab. We got this.
Alt-tab. You can't move the mouse, man. You got to Alt-tab.
Okay, we got the game on the screen. No, the camera.
Oh, look at that. Look at that camera view.
No.
That's a big curtain. That's a block. That's a block right there.
Alt-tab. Please.
Seriously, we could cast off that. That's no problem.
Yes, we're in.
They learned the Alt-tabs. Either that or on the French stream. I'm not sure which. But as it stands, we do have SK Gaming possibly invade down the bottom there. Whoop, 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 whoop. Where are we going? Where are we going with this mouse?
Okay, we're back to the French. This is clear. This French stream.
Yeah.
While we sort out.
I think Pires is having a problem. He hasn't quite figured the Alt-tab.
He got back in the game.
Alt-tab production. So the secret is in the name of Tales of the Lane. It is held by Alt-tab production. So.
Yeah, both teams being pretty conservative, actually. They did put a deep ward in the blue buff. That is SK warding Moscow 5's blue buff. Crazy to see these guys in a third-place game. This is honestly the finals I was expecting coming into the tournament. But
it's the finals everyone, I think, would have expected. You know, if you'd have just listed the names off, you say, okay, it's going to be SK.
Yeah, and
mainly for the fact that, I guess,
exposure
the world,
even.
Yeah, the exposure's just simply, made it that way. And I guess it's the same, probably like we say with the Koreans. You know, everybody sees all the North Americans and Europeans, and now we see a Korean team go, well, whoop, they're in the final. Wasn't always going to be the case, but it's definitely become the case lately.
So we have seen a lane swap with the Olaf pick. That's going to work out in Moscow 5's favor. Diamondprox getting no help on the red buff because Darian is taking Wolves, whereas his bottom lane / top lane, Corki and Sona, took double golems. So he might actually look for an early gank here in some aspect, or he might just run straight over to his blue and get the level 3. That was odd looking. RNA ran by his wolves, but one of them was missing. So it had been counter jungled by someone that I missed.
Kevin had took one earlier, maybe.
Yeah, Kevin must have taken one of them earlier.
Yeah, so.
And yes, we're back on the English stream.
So RNA, here we go. You have game sound back on again. Olaf actually helping out Xin Zhao on the blue at the moment. In that bottom lane, Ghosty Pepper taking a kick there. And this is what we talked about, though. Like you're saying, with the changes, Olaf... Is that Olaf picked up? Can I just watch the blue buff, please? I want to see whether Olaf has picked the blue buff. That's what we want to look at. No, he didn't. So Darian just helped out on that blue buff. Didn't pick it up. I wonder if they meant to trade it.
I don't think so. That was an interesting choice. They shared experience, though, because Darian hit 2 real fast there. And that was just a matter of they knew it was going to take time for Candy Panda to push to the turret.
And he's gone past Wolves and gone straight back to Wraiths. Interesting jungle paths coming up.
These guys are doing some crazy things. RNA like half health and level 3 on Skarner. I don't know what he's trying to get done up there.
Alex
is pushing up real far, though.
Alex hasn't got speed. He's going to get caught out here. He is going to get the moonfall, and that's going to be Alex going down. First blood to Ocelot there. Very nicely played. The bomb goes down. Not going to be enough. Meanwhile, at top lane, you can see they're going to get a dive on there. You can see Diamondprox going into it, forcing the flash from Candy Panda. And he has to back away from that one. So gank successful, and we've had the lane switches back again here. So SK reacting to Moscow 5.
Well, this is why that gank worked, is because Alex's flash was down from a trade before, most likely. Something had been done to burn that I ended up missing. So that was a good gank, actually, by RNA. Not wasting any time. Very well executed.
Very well executed. We are seeing in the mid lane now, if we could go back there, I think Ocelot's about to get dived on in the middle lane.
Yeah, Ocelot has no flash.
You can see him backing away. There's going to be chasing away from Ocelot here. Ocelot without the flash, like you say. You can see Diamondprox following him down. The rest of the team moving up there.
Everybody come.
Here they all come. It's going to be Olaf coming from the bottom. He's also got Kevin in there. They're going to dive onto it. Ocelot trades it back, and Darian picks up the kill. So traded straight back there. No advantage really gained, but apart from a kill assist across the board.
So how are these lane swaps actually working out? Because Candy Panda and Nif are in the top lane. They've got 23 minions, and they've actually swapped back to 2v2. And now on the bottom, it's Kevin versus Darian. But Darian comes out advantageously there because Kevin's got 8 and Darian's at 25. So very clearly, that was SK trying to force out of that lane swap because that is not something they wanted Kevin to be a part of.
Yeah, definitely having problems. The poke back and forth between these two. So now we've finally slowly settling the lanes down. Let's have a look through the lanes. Let's start off with the bottom lane, since that's the 2 bruisers. Like you mentioned, Lee Sin versus Olaf.
And right now, since neither of them have shopped, it's not going to be that big of a deal, except Darian does have the kill and experience advantage. So once they buy,
blue,
it's really going to be on him to do something.
What's he doing?
He's just wandering around, I think.
Just lingering.
Yeah. So this is actually a Darian lane to kind of try and snowball ahead of, because Kevin, with that early lane swap, got a little messed up. He's pretty far behind there.
So they're sneaking in, actually protecting the Wolves there, Ocelot. You can see him coming across. They caught a glimpse of the fact that Diamondprox was there. Let's have a look towards the top lane. These two, so now they've had this trade, they've had this switch up. You can see the CS advantage actually just needs sorting out, but there's 6 CS difference, so it's still pretty close between these lanes.
And this is going to be, again, the advantage lane for Moscow 5. When you force a lane swap on someone and they have to adapt to you, you get ahead in experience. And you can see that with Nif still being level 3 and Candy Panda having to go back at level 4 versus 2 full level 4s on Moscow 5. And the lane is pushing against them. So when they went back, they're going to lose even more. They got a little small 200 gold advantage across the whole game, but I think they're growing some bigger experience advantages just because of their lane picks and the early lane swapping.
So Alex trying
and
to
Zilean, actually. I should mention that. The global 8% experience is contributing to this as well.
Absolutely, he gets the rewind down, keeps putting the bombs on towards Ocelot, forcing him away a little bit. Has got Diamondprox waiting in the wings, but also just below is Aranea. So it's going to be a possible double gank here. He actually just wards up and runs away. So we can still see he's on the raids at the moment, so he's in close proximity. Diamondprox, I think they realized it because he walked past the ward above, didn't he? Yeah, so he's just glimmering through a ward right now, so they're fully aware, which is why you see Ocelot standing right there on the tower. They're going to go top.
4 men top. They're going to see that ward. They will have time to back off. Okay.
They will.
Whoa, they go in, though.
They go aggressive on Xin Zhao there. So Diamondprox, a little bit of aggressiveness. If we could get the bottom lane sort of lined up with the junglers and the ADs, etc. Pyrio would do that in a moment for us. But you can see it's 52 to 40 CS, Ezreal to Corki. And it's definitely a bit of an advantage starting to gain here for Candy Panda. Sorry, not for Candy Panda, for Genja.
And I think that's just an advantage of levels, really, that have been able to accumulate there. Candy Panda picking some of it up as the lane pushes back. That lane's really not that far off.
Nothing.
Yeah.
We're just seeing Candy Panda continuing to push through down the bottom here. They're diving on towards Darien. Darien going to get, there's the ulti kick actually from Kevin. Is it going to be enough to dive on him? He's still keeping an eye on there. The Ragnarok is not going to be enough. He might be able to get a kill on Kevin. No, he's going to be able to tank out that one last turret hit. Didn't have any damage. Just need to get that one axe. You can see he was trying to delay it to get that one axe off. But Kevin picks up the kill.
Still very nice there by SK. Dive buddies in a sense. Ocelot successfully roaming in bottom lane. This time he picked a champion capable of that. When they got stomped, so to speak, by Eclipse, he was trying to roam around a bit on Anivia, which really just doesn't fit whatsoever. Back at home there on Diana, seems like he does kind of know how to execute her, so this could be quite a good pick for SK.
So we'll see how this balances out. 2-1 currently. Gold still very even. Pings on Alexic, but he's just warded up the race, giving a full view back to this bottom lane. In fact, I'm looking at the CS across the board. It is actually pretty close. You can see the two junglers, 34-35. Oh, Gosu Pepper using Crescendo on Nif there. Again, just going to go aggressive. Does manage to come through. And Gosu Pepper really completely creating something or nothing there.
I mean, Nif was level 4. They've been denied so much experience by this lane that the power mismatch was just too much to handle. Walked right into the ultimate. Didn't even really bother flashing away because they would have just gotten lost anyway. So Nif really going to struggle in that lane, just sitting on a Fairy Charm, no health crystal, nothing. Every time Ghost Pepper's ultimate's going to be up, they're going to be able to turn another kill onto Nif unless SK has an answer.
You can see True Shot Barrage from Candy Panda trying his best to keep them away, but Ghost Pepper forever using that Q and just poking back and forward. Aranea was there trying to prepare, but Ghost Pepper, look at that, the damage continually going on towards Candy Panda. It even says damage at Arcade Sona. It's a very good skin, I got to be honest, I love it. As it stands though, in that mid lane, 72 CS to 68. Still very even between Alex and Ocelot. Diamondprox picking up his own red. Meanwhile, down the bottom here, it is, let's have a look between them, 65 to 47. So actually advantage Darien still stands, despite the fact he did just get dived on the turret.
And again, Darien rushing that Giant's Belt in the bottom lane, something he seems to do
Sunfire
on almost all of his champions, going for that early Sunfire Cape most likely. It could be a Warmog's armor on Olaf, but against Lee Sin, I'd expect the early armor to come out. And look at Ocelot beating down on Alex, forcing that ultimate.
But he just uses his ultimate, yeah, and just, is it going to be enough to force it down? He's not even going to lose the ultimate, so he's just really just bullied him out of the lane. The fact that he's got that blue buff, we're seeing the 3-man stack in the top as well. Where is Aranea going? Is he going to come around and try and get the Impale? You can see the Ghostly Peppers heading south. He may be the target, actually, but instead he's going to go down the bottom. They can see that ward was placed there. They didn't have enough damage on it. And again, we do see Aranea thinking of going back there. Pings from Moscow 5, forcing back. They're going to have a dive on bottom.
And RNA really wants to find a place for that flash ult, but here comes the dive. Ocelot going to come in. Big counter gank coming.
Is it going to be enough to counter gank? That's the question. Diamond Proc's there. Is he going to be able to shield him off? No, he does manage to come across, gets the Crescent Strike down, does manage to ulti them away, and keeps them at range. Now he's got to be careful he doesn't transfer back, and he has to force his flash. Meanwhile, at top lane, they were taken incredibly low. You just saw True Shot Barrage go across Gosu Pepper, and they are being forced back here. I'm not even sure they're going to allow him to back off there. They may even pressure on towards Genji. He's had to cancel it. Down the bottom. Sorry, I pulled everyone away from that one. Ocelot does go for the full dive on Diamond Prox there. Alexic is heading south though, so he's going to see if he can pick anything up. He's got to be careful. He doesn't walk straight to RNA.
And he knows kind of the general vicinity of Skarner, so I think he's going to stay clear and just go back to middle.
Top lane's in trouble.
Gosu Pepper really needs to find a window to shop. So much pressure being applied really by SK in top and bottom lane, and Alex isn't doing much to get rid of it. He's just taking race. Really not the best place for him to be right now as Genja struggles to hold the turret here.
He's struggling for mana. He's just trying to use that ult to keep them away as much as he can. He's getting the hits, the last hits, so there's no problem there with the farming. It's just can't keep them at bay enough. That's going to be one last hit. That's going to be enough to force them back. Candy Panda continuing to keep the pressure on there.
And actually looking at some of the items, we may see Darien going for a Warmogs because he built an extra health crystal, so that would tell me he's not going Sunfire Cape. Looking at Kevin, he might be going towards a Phage. And again, Moscow 5 got in a lot of trouble in the previous games going for this. They're going for a Dragon. They have 3 members here. SK is going to look to stop them. They're not killing this Dragon fast, and it is getting diamonds low. So let's see if they can pull it together this game and make this play work.
Well, Ocelot thinks he's being sneaky. There's a True Shot Barrage going across. They are going to come in. They're going to dive in. He gets the Moonfall, gets the Impale on towards Diamond Prox. Diamond Prox goes down, but Zilean Ultimate managed to land on him. He's going to pop back up just in time. They do take Ocelot down. Darien gets away. Oh, the ulti kick sent him away. Now they turn it around. They're going to dive on towards Kevin. He's going to get the knock up on Kevin. There it is. Is it going to be enough? Has to shield, safeguards away to the ward, and managed to avoid the damage. So it's just a 1-for-0 trade. Ocelot was the one that went down, and they're going to release the Dragon back out again.
Genja came down to kind of save the day there right at the end of the fight. Unfortunate kick by Kevin as well, but they may have finally pulled off a play. Arna's going to try to smite steal, but they did a good job pulling Dragon back away there, eliminating his line of sight for that. And yes, Moscow 5, 1 for 3 there. I mean, in Dragon plays, finally getting that conversion and a slight small lead in this game versus SK.
And lane's traded back again here. You can see that it's actually, they want that 2-for-1. The top lane has gone. So Darien is going to return to top lane now, but he's going to find that turret already gone. Doesn't matter. I mean, a trade like that, I never really know how to make it out. Who really comes out on top. You get more gold and experience than the Dragon, but you've lost the global objective, which is a tower. They do not grow back.
In general terms, I think the tower is better because Dragons respawn, towers don't, and towers give you permanent map control over an enemy. But in this situation, I think it's okay for M5 because they're going to be able to take a turret of their own fairly shortly. Genja did seem to have a bit of an advantage on Candy Panda and Nif's lane, even though the minion score is pretty close. As long as they push back and get another turret fairly soon, so the gold trade and pressure doesn't really come into account, then it'll be a good trade because then it would be a Dragon up and turret trade.
So we do see the lanes swapping once again as SK Gaming react to Moscow 5 switch, and we see the 2 ADs down the bottom lane now and the 2 bruisers up the top. Let's have a look across the board. You can see Olaf obviously with that clear advantage currently over Kevin, so Darien winning out the lane. The first time we've seen him winning out the lane in this tournament. Didn't have so much luck against Angush earlier on. This time seems to be doing a good job against Kevin. In the bottom lane, I guess you could say, you know, the fact that Corki is out farming Ezreal, kind of a win-win situation there. But
I think that's a trade-off in most scenarios. Those are pretty even, and there's fighting down bottom. Here comes the TP.
Candy Panda tries to get away. The Lulu Ultimate, is it going to be enough? Darien's going to continue diving this one. TP down the bottom there. The Lulu Ultimate does finish off. He's continuing to tank it. He should manage to land the axe. Yes, he does. Now they turn their attention to Nif. Nif's trying to get Gosu Pepper down. The turret continuing to hit him. One more hit. Flash is out of it. Darien picks up the double kill. Very nice trade. They're going to push the top turret, but I don't think it's going to be enough. We're already seeing Diamond Prox heading in. He's going to find Skarner in the jungle. He's going to come around to Aranea. There is a ward there, and now we can see Kevin actually climbing in. Diamond Prox is in a little bit of trouble here. Has to use his Crescent Slash to knock them away, and the flash.
That was a really good escape. In all honesty, that was very well executed by Diamond Prox to get away.
Is it Crescent Strike or Crescent Slash? I can never remember.
Crescent Sweep or something,
Crescent
I
Sweep,
believe.
something like that. It's
Yeah.
a sweep, knocks them back. Meanwhile, actually in the middle, Alex Inch was taken down to nothingness, but does avoid the damage and gets away with it. We can see Ocelot trying to cause them problems. Oh, True Shot Barrage. Where's he going to go? Is he going to land on towards?
No, he
in
moved way
base?
to the
He moved
side.
way
He
to
knew
the
that was
side.
coming.
Yeah, he was aware of that one. Very clever play